we have a bit of a unique situation here on the farm this week. We actually have a lot of the windows boarded up because they are working on exposing the stone on the outside of our home, which is super exciting, but makes filming what I normally film pretty tricky. And so I was thinking about it and I thought, you know what, I can't do the video that I had planned for this week. So we're gonna sit down and do one of my favorite videos to watch, which is sharing with you some of my favorites. Now, I am a busy mom of 5 and a homemaker, and so I feel like often these types of videos are very like trendy and lots of like glam and, you know, lotions and all the things, and that's not what you're about to see here. I am not a trendy person, I would say, at all. I find what I like and then I keep using the same thing for years and years and years, and so these are truly tried and true, and we're gonna go through a lot of different even genres of stuff. So I hope that you enjoy this video, even though it is a little bit out of the ordinary for me. If you like it, let me know. It's not something that I'm gonna do often because, like I said, I just kind of stick with the same types of products, but here and there I do like to branch out a little bit. And so if you enjoy it, let me know. And I would also really love to hear in the comments, what is something that you are enjoying? What would be on your favorite list right now? And maybe I can try out a couple of your favorites as well. But starting off here, I'm just gonna grab what's closest to me. These are muslin blankets. Now, what you already know is that my favorite fabric in dresses, which I didn't even bring my clothes into here, but my favorites are still 100% cotton, 100% linen, those natural fibers. But these blankets are actually from Amazon, and this is my 1-year-old's blanket. It is a good size, but they come in different sizes. You can also get them in swaddle blankets, which I got some from him as well. I'll try to link everything I can for you down below. This one I believe is called a quilt, so it's actually like double-sided. It is such nice quality. We have this brand of blanket. I had it in swaddle blankets for him. I now have this bigger like quilt size for him, and we also have it in actual like duvet covers. The girls' room, all of their duvet covers are the same gauzy fabric. They have a beautiful floral in their room, but there's a lot of different like patterns and types that this brand on Amazon sells. So that has been a favorite for months and months and continues to be a favorite. And then another one, y'all, I promise these are not all Amazon favorites, but I do shop on there sometimes, and something I've been getting asked a lot about are my paintings, especially down in the porch, which you sometimes see that whole collage. All of those are off of Amazon. I did not have like a plan in mind other than I knew I wanted a collage, but as far as sizing goes, I just kind of ordered a bunch of whatever I thought might work and then laid it out and hung them. So there's probably a more professional way to do that, but I have just been adding these kind of all throughout the home. I feel like they go really well with the style that our home is built in. And so I actually just put a huge one, like 24 by 36 up on our fireplace that I think is beautiful. I just got these for up in our guest bedroom, actually another bigger one that I didn't bring down, but they are just so beautiful. I think they're really reasonably priced considering it is in a canvas, and then it also has the frame. I love the texture. I don't know if that's showing up for you at all, but they do have just a beautiful kind of painted texture, and so these have been a favorite. By far cheaper than I have found on other websites, and good quality, except I would say watch that you don't chip the edges. I did have an edge chip a little bit on one, and so they're not to be like thrown around, but so far, like if you have them on display like they should be, not tossed around by the kids, they are holding up really well. Okay, the next one, found these picnic baskets. So we love having picnics in the summertime. As a family, the kids love taking lunch boxes out to the tractor and riding with Josh over lunch if he's doing field work. We have our homeschool co-op that in the summertime, well really spring, summer, and fall, whenever the weather is suitable, we like to start off with a picnic lunch. And so a couple of the girls needed a lunch box, and so I was looking and found these, which are not a lunch box per se, but they're like a personal sized picnic basket. The handles are functioning, and oh my goodness, all of us love them. But it is so nice. The flaps open on both sides. The liner is removable, so you can see how it ties in the front here. So you can take that out and wash it, and that's super nice to kind of clean out the inside of the basket later. This one did have a couple of different prints here as well. So we have this one, and then we have one that's more just like a plain gray. But I think these are really cute. And I do actually have a bigger one as well that I'll show you, but it's currently full of stuff that I want to show you. So I'm gonna have to empty it first. Okay, these are a little bit gross now because they have been very well loved and used, but that tells you that they're durable. These are my garden gloves. I do also have a shorter pair that's more, I don't know, I feel like what you'd find just kind of everywhere, the stretchy fabric. Anyways, but these are my favorite for, well, a lot of things. Yesterday I used these to fertilize my hydrangeas. They are nice and long, so they reach almost to my elbows. They're, I would say, like some kind of leather, but they are amazing for pruning. So if you own roses, you know that roses are incredibly prickly, and I can work in these no problem and not get poked once. And I also like to use them for pruning raspberries, and really been loving those. I should have probably separated all this into like neat little categories, but it's all just mixed together here, so we're gonna go with it. Next up, these are also off of Amazon. Wow, I guess I do have a lot of things from Amazon. Are these cheesecloth napkins. Love the size of these. I love how cheesecloth is such a like flexible fabric. These are not stiff at all, so they lay really nice. They drape beautifully, and they have just been my favorite. I have these in probably 5 different colors. This light blue has been a favorite for the springtime, and I'm always like to just be adding to that collection over time and keep them on hand for hosting. Now the next one here is not from Amazon. These are actually a bit of an investment, and I'm going to show you William's size because, oh my goodness gracious, have you ever seen anything cuter? These are genuine leather little boots. Now we did a little experiment. We've been very much trying to opt for more thinking quality over quantity in kind of every aspect of life. So with our clothing, buying higher quality items but that will last for years and years, and even for the kids. I've been following that idea for a couple years now, where I buy them higher end clothing that's much better quality and then just less of it. So knowing how many pieces of clothing they need for a season, how many play clothes they need, how many church clothes they need, buying things that do cost more upfront, but overall it seems like we are not spending any more on clothing, which is crazy. Now kind of to go along with that, I did just want to show, because I do end up getting quite a bit of questions, my favorite shop for the kids' clothes and thinking again more quality versus quantity is Jamie K. And that's really basically what I've been using ever since I started this way of shopping for them. I still don't love paying full price, and so I will usually browse their clearance section where you can honestly get things for same price as you would from a lot of way cheaper quality stores, and these have held up beautifully throughout the season, and even a lot of them things that I can pass down from kid to kid. So honestly, I am just finding that you're saving money by spending more upfront in those areas and within reason. Of course, you could go bonkers with that. Okay, totally different subject. Hair curlers. These look a little bit silly on, I would say, but I love wearing these overnight. Not even to have my hair down. I don't wear my hair down very often, but I love the volume that they give my hair. It comes in a set of 3. I usually just put one up here and then one in the bottom, and it just really helps with a lot of volume. I have really fine hair, and so that has been something I've been enjoying. Now these mugs you have been seeing and actually asking about as well. I have 3 of the 4 here. They come in a set of 4. They actually come with these cute little gold spoons as well, but these are just off of Amazon, and they have the most beautiful little prints. They kind of look like pottery, just with the wave on them and the shape. I think they're so fun. And then the little, what looks to me like a hand-painted design. There's even some flowers inside. So these have been a favorite for both my kids and I, especially through the spring. I'm thinking actually of getting another set of those because they are so nice and such a nice size as well. Very briefly, my gold scissors. Y'all have been seeing these probably everywhere. I use these for working in the kitchen and cutting flowers, and the kids have some for school and for crafts, and so we have quite a number of these by now and just really like them. I like when things are pretty and practical. Dandy blend. Like I said, we're jumping from category to category here. This one was a surprise to me. So Josh picked one of these up for me at the store when I was dealing with all the gallbladder stuff. The gallbladder is very connected to the liver, and dandelion is incredible for both the liver and the gallbladder. So I'll mix this with my collagen and my colostrum, mix it with whole milk, and drink that. And it's like my favorite, very looked forward to drink every day. This one adds a bit of a coffee flavor to the drink, I would say. So that mixed with the chocolate collagen, it's just delicious, and I really have been enjoying that. Plus it's supporting my liver, and so I really like that. I do have 3 kind of like makeup-y products to show you. If you go watch my morning routine from literally 3 years ago, I think I have one, you'll see the same thing, except they did repackage. So they have these beautiful sticks now, but I still am really loving the Adel makeup and really any skincare. So I've been using these now for, oh wow, 6-7 years at least. And there was a couple months in between where I was hearing so many people talk about some other really popular, more natural, both skincare brands as well as makeup, and tried those for a little bit, and they just, my skin would not have it. It just started breaking out more, got more blotchy again. And I've always struggled with acne like through my teenage years and stuff. And so I went back to this, and again, it's just been incredible for my skin. This one is like a makeup stick, which is really fun. I wear the shade 2. Yes, right now in the summer when I get more of a tan, I get a more dark shade, but that has just been really nice. I've been really happy with that. And then the same place, I also have been using this Blue Lagoon face balm. I will say it is a bit of an investment, but you don't use a lot of it. The smell of it is so good. This has essential oils in it. It's really fascinating actually to read about, and has blue tansy, myrrh, all things that you can read, vitamin E. Anyways, my skin has been loving this. It applies kind of like an oil, I would say. So you can rub it together in your hand, or just, I usually just put it right on. And Josh even commented on how soft my face feels, which is definitely saying something, because he's not one that usually notices that kind of thing. So that's been a favorite. And then finally, I've talked about this before, but this is the lash therapy. This is the lash serum that I use. Completely transformed my lashes. I'm gonna see if I can get a discount code for you on this, because usually they're really good to catering to that. But I would say within a month or 2, you should see a huge difference of trying this. And I think my picnic basket is empty. So this is the big picnic basket that I got. This is more, so I'm thinking probably, you know, the bigger kids will have these, and then sometimes if we want to go out on a like family picnic, or even, you know, just some of us, me and the younger kids, put all our stuff in here. I don't know. I just thought this was so beautiful. I actually ordered these at the same time, and I wasn't sure if they were in the same size. Clearly, I didn't look at the dimensions. This one was the size I was anticipating. This one was a lot bigger, but I could just not return it because it was so beautiful, and I can already see so much use in it. You could even totally use this for gathering produce from the garden, but it is the same idea where both flaps open, and then you also have 2 handles for carrying it, which is really nice. And then it also has that liner on the inside that is also removable. You can wash it. And so these are ones that I am so excited to use a ton this summer. Okay, we have a couple more dishes. These bowls are from Zara. They're from the same like line, I guess you would say, different colors, because clearly I cannot decide which color is better. Which one should I get more of? I would love to eventually get the whole set, but right now I'm just slowly adding kind of as bowls break, and I should replace my salad plates as well, but these are a favorite. I love that they kind of have a creamy background, and then of course the vintage florals have my heart. So those have been used a ton since I got them a couple months ago now, I guess. Okay, I have been trying a new laundry soap that I'm actually really excited about and have been enjoying. It is truly free. I'm sure you've heard a lot of people talk about them because I have people in real life and online. I love the scent of this soap and how it makes my laundry smell. It smells a lot like Tide, but with all clean ingredients. So that has been really good. And then the real star of the show is their stain bar. I think that's what it's called. This thing is absolutely incredible. It just kind of looks like a bar of soap. I have gotten oil stains out of clothes. I have gotten blood stains out of clothes. Normally, what I've done for both of those is I make this wet as well as the item of clothing, like where it has the stain, and I'll do a couple of treatments. So I'll make them both wet and just rub this on a little bit, let it sit for a little while, come back, whenever I think of it again, rub a little bit more on, and yeah, both of those came out completely clean. And so I really, really love this. I've tried a number of things that people are like, oh yeah, you can get everything out. Oh, great for food stains if you have little ones, and just not had quite as good success as apparently a lot of people are, but this one has been really good. And so that is one that I definitely am keeping on hand. Next one here is totally unnecessary, but really fun. And it is my 2025 bucket list calendar. This one is by Brooklyn Swenson. And I'm not going to show you, well, I will show you the calendar pages on the end. This is actually where I write all my like brand deals and sponsorships and things like that in here. So it's kind of my YouTube planning calendar. But we're out by September. This is what it looks like. And it also comes with a full sheet of stickers where you can mark, like this day I did whatever, and for each month it has all these photos, which this would be April's, of ideas for things that you can do to celebrate the season, which y'all know that I love. I think this calendar would be so good in testing out some things to become family traditions, things like that. So it's really fun. That's just been a totally unnecessary. Wouldn't need it, but I have been just really enjoying that one as well. And then I do have 3 more books here. Cut Flower Garden, I'm sure I've talked about this on here before. This is one that I reference a lot this time of year as I'm planting seeds, as I am figuring out all of that. And there's just so many different varieties. I also have the one that's specific to dahlias, and the one, I think there's another one. Which one am I missing? I can't think of it. I have a couple of other books that are specific to certain kinds of flowers, which I do love when I want to deep dive into that variety, but this one is just really nice for an overview. There's all the planting information, and also shows a couple different varieties of, you know, said plants. And so this one is one that I've already been referencing again this spring. The next one I'm not quite done reading yet, but I've already been highlighting so much in this book, and that is For the Children's Sake. This specifically talks a lot about Charlotte Mason type homeschool, but I'm finding that even just for motherhood in general, this is such a good read and has so much good information. So would highly recommend what I've read so far. I am over half done with it now, so I think I can safely say that. And then the Bible recap. This is what both Josh and I are going through for our devotions this year, and have just really been enjoying it. So it has passages of scripture, and then it has kind of like a commentary on it and diving into what the scripture actually means. I've been noticing a lot of where it explains the Hebrew meaning behind certain words in the passage, and so that has been really, really good. And then it also has today's God shot in each one, where it kind of talks about how the character of God was revealed in that passage. This one is not by like January 1, February 6, April 27, all of that. It's just day 200, day 241. And so you can start at any time of the year, and we have both really been enjoying this. I actually have a candle burning in the back there. Just trying to light up my dark back there with my windows boarded shut. My very, 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 very favorite scent from Antique Candle Co. candles that I'm pretty much constantly burning is fresh roasted coffee. For a long time, probably over a year, I said Main Street Bakery. I still love that one, don't get me wrong, but this one, oh, Ever since this thing came in the mail, I smelled it once and I was like, that's it. Like, I just want to burn this all day, every day. I wish I could get this in every single order. It is my favorite, and I always have a discount code for them. If you are wanting to try it, you can check that out in the description box below. But if you love the smell of coffee shops, I would highly recommend this. And likely everyone that steps in your front door will comment on the scent of your home. Okay, my diaper bag. This is not actually a diaper bag. Since probably my second baby, I have not been one that loves actual diaper bags. I like cute backpacks, cute purses, bigger bags that can duplicate as diaper bags but don't look all like diaper bag vibes. So this one I've been loving. This one is from Floral. I think it's still in stock. I'll try to link it below if it is, but it has a lot of pockets. Has another pocket in the back here, and then of course adjustable straps. This one is genuine leather, so it's been holding up really, really well. And then these actually zip all the way down. So you could use this as like a laptop bag, book bag, whatever, but I'm in the stage of motherhood and that's what I'm using it for. It has a nice little spot up here that I like to keep my sunglasses in, and then it also has some slots here for credit cards, pens, another separate like zipper section in the middle, another pocket in the back. I love when I can keep my bag organized. Today's probably not a prime example of that, as I should have actually cleaned this out, but it does lend itself so well to that. And so it's a nice size, and I love that I can wear it on my back as well, as my hands are often full carrying a baby, holding a toddler's hand. Okay, another thing that has been very well used for a variety of things is this mat. This is from Gather. They are expensive new. So again, I would watch for a sale. They actually had a really good sale a couple weeks ago, and I got 2 more because they were really, really discounted. But these are like, I don't know if it's actual leather. It's like wipeable. I think it is leather. It feels that way. But this is such a nice size for a picnic blanket. I love taking these out, and again, they're wipeable, so super easy to clean after. We use these if the kids want to do like watercolors or painting. They can do it on here because it wipes right off. Sunday nights we have movie nights, and we'll usually spread this out and then put the little kids table on it because again, super easy cleanup. Now I think technically the use for these is as a tablecloth, which would also be amazing. I have not been able to get one big enough for our table yet, but I can see that that would be really, really nice as well. But it works really well for all the purposes that I just listed, and we now have 3 of these, and it's something that I would love to get in even bigger sizes for our actual dining room table. Now, I think that's all that I have to show you in person. I do have 2 things I just wanted to mention quickly that I don't have here with me. The first one is a bra from Amazon. I know it's kind of an odd one, but I get so many questions over what I wear for undergarments with these dresses, like square necklines, especially when the back is down a little bit, and I'm currently wearing it, which is why I can't show it to you. But it is I think it's technically called a workout top. I wear it as a bra. It does come down a little bit lower here, but it's definitely not a top if you ask me. And then the back is really low as well. It is padded, and so I will link that for you down there as well. I have tried a couple of different, like way more expensive bras, and I do have a couple different options, obviously, depending on what I'm wearing, but this is definitely has been my go-to, and I feel like they hold up really well for the price as well. And then finally, my grain mill. I could not let a favorites video go without mentioning my grain mill. I think they're back in stock. I know that they were completely sold out for a while, but I think I heard that they're back in. But I use that thing pretty much on the daily, and loving both just the creative side of like trying something new, but then also how it's making us feel and the nutrients we're getting from freshly milling and all of that. So I hope that was helpful to you in some way, shape, or form or genre. Again, I'm really looking forward to reading your favorites in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye, friends.
Golden thing.